Hey guys, DD Gaming here. So we're gonna do some fishing here in Elk Lake. Before we get into the fishing part, guys, I want to talk to you. Just because this map is free, for travel, as you see right here, doesn't mean that it's newbie friendly. Okay, if you basically just starting off in the game and you basically have this setup right here, your telestick right here that you get when you start, or maybe you were going to use your Corona with your Spark 2 reel. Now, people come to me, ask that, why am I getting spooled on Elk Lake? And I can see why. If you look at your setup, okay, and the spark reel is a 3.2. It's a 3 kg line here, and this is a 3.9 kg low capacity. So it's a bit under, but it's proper, so you don't break nothing. You don't want to break your rod or your reel. So is this good for Elk Lake? And using the lure that you get free as well. So 2 setups, guys. Is as simple as using a regular worm, medium 10 hook, and you do get the stringer original size hooks here, and a float. This is a 3.9 kg line. However, I really wouldn't use this because 3.9. Oh, wait, no. This is a 4 kg low capacity for a rod. I was looking at that right there. The 4 kg low capacity for the rod and a 3.9 kg line. Now, if a fish breaks you off, the line should break. Theoretically. So, this is good. So, stick with that. Alright. Alright, so the depth. For here, we're standing at the boat, but this don't matter. We're not really doing any major fishing. I'm just doing some testing for you guys. You guys don't have to. We're gonna start off with a telestick. We're just gonna throw out to see what we can catch at this spot. And again, guys, I am using a very light setup. Not ultra light, but it's the stuff that you new people would start with. Okay. Now, I wonder if we be able to pull these fish out, because these bluegills, guys, when they hit pretty hard. Hopefully, we can get a bite here at this spot. And then we'll test out the Corona to see what we can get off it, if anything, or are we going to get spooled? No, no, I'm not going to fish at this spot. I'm going to go over here by the grass, because this is where you kind of want to be fishing, around the grass, if you float fish. Now, Elk Lake, guys, in my opinion, would be more friendly to the people that are using telesticks, not spin fishing. Spin fishing can wait. You can catch a lot of good fish on the float rod. Okay, you might not catch anything at this spot, but this is basically what I want to talk to you guys about, of what you're using and what you're going to be catching. So this ain't working, and I'm not impatient. It's just some spots are better than others, and we're gonna go over here. I think right here be fine. Now keep in mind, this is a short rod, and you guys all know this. The longer the rod, the better you can be able to cast it. See a 353 gram bluegill. Not too bad. It wasn't too bad on attention. These are the fish that you want to go for as a new player. You don't want to go right away and just casting lures and expect that you're not going to have a problem with it. You can get spooled. This guy's a pretty big guy. He's Jesus. 1.1. Hey, you lift the damn thing up. So the thing is that you guys definitely are able to pull a trophy blue light. That's obvious on this very setup. You're not gonna get broken off, so don't be afraid of what you're using. Okay. I'm gonna catch one more fish, so we'll switch to the other rod. Alright, so let's go ahead and switch. Alright, so what this is, we're looking at the spark reel, and this is your Corona. This is another rod and reel setup that you will be starting with. And with a 3 kg line, you wouldn't be starting with 3 kg even. You'd be starting off with something like this. Okay? Not no freaking 300-meter line. So this is a 3.9. So for the sake of this, we will drop this down. I don't have anything to drop it down with. So for the sake of the video, I'm going to go ahead and buy the line that you guys are using. Because I don't have it. It'll be this one right here. You're going to use the 3.1, I think. It says I already have this line, but I'll buy it anyway. .1. So this is basically how your setup would be like. And I recommend, if you're going to be doing this, lower your friction brake all the way down, like maybe 15. You're going to do a full cast. Lower your speed down to about 20 and do a straight retrieve. These are the lures that you're going to be using when you first get into the game, and if you're going to go on Elk Lake. Even though I got a bite, but didn't stay on. There's another dock over here. If you guys want to try it, you guys can. I'm going to do it for you guys. You guys get an idea. You're going to stand this dock. You're going to cast up the lake this way. And you're going to work the banks. Even though you're not really casting that far, but you will find fish. But I'm doing this so I can help you guys out. But at a newbie stance. But to be honest with you, stick to the float fishing. You would do so much better. You'll catch more fish than on a spinning rig. People are saying they're getting spooled. So the person that messaged me was actually using this type of setup. But they're using a skidded rig. So basically, a jig step, which you new players ain't gonna have unlocked right away. You do have options. You do have other lures you start off with. Like this right here is another lure that you start with. You have this unlocked. And keep in mind, you only get 100 meters of line, so... I would lower your speed down to maybe go about 15. If you want, you can just cast right across the lake from the dock over there. I'm gonna go over there real quick and try a couple casts. Sorry about that, I had to mute my mic. So we're gonna do a full cast right across the lake, and we're gonna go past stretch south. I see. I'm struggling trying to even get a fish on these spinners, especially these spinners to start with. I did get a bite off of that first one though. So this lure is definitely not catching no fish. So let's go ahead and change the lure here. This is basically what I was using. You should have this as your free lure. Let's sink all the way down, then do a straight retrieve. Now I'm assuming if you guys are using a skidded rig and you're doing a jig step, everything right off this dock, you are hooking bass. A bass is going to spool you. Now I'll show you that right now. I'm going to change it to a skidded rig. And we're going to use... Don't matter what you use, any of these will work just fine. But I'm going to throw this one on right here. You're going to do a full cast with this. Up your speed to about 30. And you're going to be doing jig step. Okay? Now, this is going to get you fish. But be prepared that you are going to get spooled. As you see, I'm doing a consistent jig step. 2 rotations. But it's kind of defeating the purpose because I'm not catching no fish. I can't even show you guys. You know, oddly though, I really never catch any fish off this dock. Especially at this point. I can catch fish casting near that chair though. So explain that one. Like right here. If you see which way the chair is facing, you're gonna cast that direction. I mean, it reached the spot where I need to be. Look at the resistance just by reeling. Your first fish on this loop, this rig here. See how much tension you put on before it comes up. This is a bass. You heard it jump. That's a see. 115 gram smallmouth. That's actually pretty decent for on this spark reel. That tension though. I really think you can break off just from the tension itself. You're going to get spooled no matter how you look at it, because this is what you're using. At this point, speed reel, be aggressive with your fish. If it starts burning your reel, I wouldn't not worry about it. These reels like a dime a dozen. No, technically no, and they're not that, but they're cheap as hell. You break it, just replace it. Go ahead and put more pressure on your reel here. You can push to ready even if you really wanted to. Now keep in mind you are limited to 100 meters of line. Now, is it worth trying to catch these bass on a newbie rig? My opinion, no. I would stick to float fishing. You'll catch a lot more fish, and I make more money than this. But if you can do this, it's up to you. But I'm trying to give you an idea of how you can fight these fish. He's at top of the water over there. You can see him swirling around. Really good sized fish, actually. He got off, so I couldn't tell it was. The hell was that? That's the joys of trying to, trying to rush and overpower a fish by speed reeling like that. But that was something that it created a nice swirl right on top of the water. It was a big fish. At least I feel like a big fish. $5.86 ready here. When you don't got a fish on, lower your friction brake down, okay? I could have caught that fish though, if it didn't get off like that. That was unfortunate. But anyways, if you really want to have better success at the at these fish, I'll show you what you should be saving for. No, this ain't a newbie setup by any means. It's more mid-tier. Like if you reach like level 14 or so, then this be a good setup for you. This is what you want. You want the Mecha SM88MH. This is a medium heavy, 7 to 35 gram. Sputnik Alpha 6000. This is my pike setup. Get yourself a leader, like a 9.7 kg leader. Use a spiker 2018, and with that, you cast this right across the river. Not river. Across the lake. Well, I barely didn't cast that at all. This is a light lure, so that's not what you want. Don't use that. Definitely not gonna catch anything on that. Well, you can. We don't need to cast far, as long as you're casting around the grass. You'll catch fish. But you can use the skidded rig with this for certain, with more ease. See what I mean? Casting in the grass, you will find gizzard shads as that. But this is the better rig for this water body. Or a light setup, which I'll show you as well. Alright. So what I would actually recommend, though, is this right here. This, not the real. You'd be using Alpha 2000. It's a very cheap setup. 4 to 17 grams. This will easily cast that lure. The spiker. See how far that casted? This is a medium light, but it's a good setup for elk. But anyways, you guys got the idea whether or not to be using spinning setup for as a new player. Like I said, stick to float fishing and you do just fine. Hold off and wait before you get to spin fishing unless you got a good decent setup for it. Because like I said, you seen I got spooled. I could have caught the fish, but the game just decided to just throw the fish off on me. I don't know what it was, but that swirl on top of the water made me think it was something else. It was nothing jumping or anything. But 26 minutes and 29 silver. But like I said, this video was just made that help you guys out. Anyways, that's it for the video. Like the video, hit the like button. Appreciate it. Thank you for watching. Bye, guys.